US declares prepare for war. Russia responds. The latest exchange of words between Washington and Moscow once again underscores the increasingly confrontational climate between the two nuclear powers. On September 30th, US Secretary of War Pete Hegseth delivered a striking message during a high-level meeting with America's top military commanders. His remarks were not couched in subtle diplomacy, but in stark, uncompromising terms. From this moment forward, the sole mission of the War Department is to fight, Hegseth declared. Prepare for war and prepare to win. Be resolute and show no mercy. Not because we desire war, no one here wants war, but because we cherish peace. This statement immediately drew international attention, with many observers interpreting it as a deliberate signal to both adversaries and allies that the United States is shifting into a posture of full readiness for conflict. The rhetorical framing, "We fight because we love peace," evoked historical echoes of deterrence doctrines rooted in strength, but it also fueled concerns about the risks of escalation, especially in the context of the ongoing war in Ukraine. Responding just a day later, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov emphasized that Russia, too, is intensifying efforts to strengthen its armed forces, but framed Moscow's stance as defensive and peace-oriented. "We also seek to reinforce our armed forces by every possible means. But at the same time, we continue to support peace and remain open to resolving all issues, including the Ukraine crisis, through diplomatic negotiations and political dialogue," Peskov told reporters in Moscow on October 1st. His words were clearly intended to counter Washington's narrative, portraying Russia as willing to talk but forced into military build-up due to external pressure. The Kremlin has consistently argued that its military expansion is a necessity, not a choice, often pointing to NATO activities and US deployments as justification. Adding another layer to the verbal standoff, President Donald Trump, who attended the same military meeting alongside Hegseth, made a provocative remark. He revealed that he had ordered 1 or 2 submarines to operate near Russia's coastline. While Trump did not provide details on the submarines' missions or locations, the message was unmistakable. The US intends to remind Moscow of its global reach and stealth capabilities. That claim prompted a pointed retort from Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council and a frequent hardline voice in Russian politics. With characteristic sarcasm, Medvedev said, "Trump once again spoke of submarines that he sent to Russia's shores, emphasizing that they are completely undetectable. It is indeed difficult to find a black cat in a dark room, especially when there is no cat there at all." Medvedev's quip underscored Russia's broader narrative that US threats are exaggerated and often more theatrical than substantive. Yet beneath the humor, his comments reflected the Kremlin's awareness of American military signaling and its determination not to appear intimidated. The exchange highlights the perilous balance of rhetoric and power in the current geopolitical landscape. While both sides continue to insist they prefer peace, their language, actions, and deployments suggest that preparations for conflict are intensifying. For Washington, the message is deterrence through strength. For Moscow, it is resilience under pressure. Between the lines, however, lies the grim reality. When both adversaries prepare for war in the name of peace, the margin for miscalculation grows dangerously thin.